It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the government shutdown is over. One of the biggest beneficiaries is the host city of the Super Bowl, Atlanta. Good news for the city, good news for the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Before the shutdown ended, shortage of air traffic controllers was causing delays Friday and at other airports as well around the country. Some travelers Friday had hour-long waits. On Friday afternoon, President Trump announced the shutdown would end for at least 3 weeks. The deal to end the shutdown comes just as hundreds of private jets and charter aircraft are about to fly into Atlanta for the Super Bowl. The FAA expects to handle more than 1,100 additional general aviation aircraft because of the Super Bowl. FAA says that more than 24 airports around the state will get more traffic, including Athens, Auburn University, Columbus, LaGrange, and Harris County. Once again, the shutdown ending. Good news for the city of Atlanta and the Atlanta airport. During the shutdown, Congressman Buddy Carter refused to take a paycheck. He says if the hardworking federal employees in the 1st District of Georgia are not receiving a paycheck, I won't either. Carter says the shutdown was simply unacceptable and should have never happened in the first place. He says the number one responsibility of the federal government is to provide for the common defense. By failing to secure the border, Congress is failing at our most important job. I was proud to support legislation to fund the government, the border wall, and border security, but it was blocked by the Democrats in the Senate. Unfortunately, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle refused to negotiate in the slightest and continued to maintain their not 1 cent attitude towards border security. Carter says he'll continue to call on his colleagues on the other side of the aisle to come forward with a realistic compromise plan to secure the border and end the shutdown. In the meantime, if any federal workers need assistance, he says please do not hesitate to contact his office. He says they're to help in any way they can. But again, the good news is the shutdown ended this past Friday afternoon. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Wayne County Superior Court's next criminal calendar is set for February the 11th. It's a 19-page criminal calendar. Superior Court Judge Robert Guy will be on the bench. WIFO-FM continues to follow the criminal cases in Superior Court. Once again, the criminal calendar is set for February the 11th. Jackie Bozeman Dean's case is on the criminal calendar. She recently posted a $20,000 bond. Is out of jail at this time. She's facing a 32-count indictment with the majority of the charges theft by conversion, as she allegedly stole the money from parents and students that were intended for a senior cruise. At the bond hearing, it was stated that her boss donated $25,000 towards that cruise for students, and that Dean is paying restitution to him. Has paid back $19,000 of the $25,000. Dean works for Hinesville Home Center, and at the bond hearing, the general manager of the company testified and stated that she was their top salesperson and very valuable to their company. Her attorney told the judge the best thing for Dean was to be at work and continue to earn money if she is in fact to have to pay restitution once this case is resolved. Again, WIFO-FM will continue to follow that story as it develops. Wayne County Board of Education has voted to name the school complex at 710 West Plum Street in honor of Earlene Fuquay, who was the first black woman to be elected to the Wayne County School Board. Complex will be known as the Earlene Fuquay Instructional Support Complex, and an official ceremony will take place at the site at noon on February the 9th. Complex is at the former Martha Rawls Smith Elementary School site. Includes the school system's administrative offices known as the Central Office. In other school board news, the board doesn't meet for a couple of weeks, but they state at that meeting a final decision on where the new track will be built will be made. Several in authority have weighed in. School superintendent, the boys track coach, and the athletic director are all looking to build a new track at the current JC Stadium, where they currently have parking, lights, and concession stands to host the big track events. Board member Sharon Daniel, though, adamant that it be built at the high school for PE classes. All are looking for an 8-lane track. One important point brought up by the superintendent at the meeting is that if this track is built at the high school, the school system still needs to repair the current track at JC Stadium, which rough estimates are between $45,000 to $60,000 to repair that track. Newly elected board members Bruce Harris and Joe McPipian asked for additional time before making their final decision. Again, WIFO-FM will continue to follow the story as it develops, and as soon as the final decision is made on where the track will be built, we'll have it for you right here on Big Dog Country, FM 105.5. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce has a couple of events coming up. Tickets are currently available at the Chamber of Commerce. Coming up on February the 12th at Coastal Pines Technical College, a quarterly membership luncheon. The topic of the state of education. Again, guest speakers will be Dr. Jay Brinson, Wayne County Board of Education School Superintendent, and Dr. Glenn Dybert, Coastal Pines Technical College. Again, the topic, the state of education. Also, the event, the announcement of the Star Student and Teacher of the Year will be made. This event is sponsored by Georgia Power and Marshland Credit Union. Tickets are on sale in advance, $25 up until February the 8th, $35 for non-members, and walk-ins after the 8th of February. If you need ticket information, call the Chamber of Commerce at 427-2028. And the Chamber is also selling tickets to their 10th Annual Taste of Wayne. That's presented by Neesmith at Jesup. The date set for March 14th at Coastal Pines Technical College. Tickets on sale now for Chamber members $50, non-members $75. The event features great food from local restaurants, entertainment, live and silent auctions, and much, much more. And purchase your tickets today. Stop by or call the Chamber. Again, the number 427-2028. And that's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.